I'm Dominic Sergi, and this is my wife, Joanne Sergi. We live here in Elkhorn.
We started coming to Southern Lakes Church about 5 years ago. We had the tragedy of losing our son, and dear friends of us had shared that there's a grief share program here. I unfortunately did not start the program, but Dominic did, and he was introduced to Deb Kaysen.
Of course, you didn't want to see anybody, you wanted to go anywhere, and so one afternoon we decided to go to lunch, and that was after about 2 months of sitting at home, and we wanted to go somewhere we didn't know anybody. And we walk into the restaurant and sit down, and who comes up to us but a dear friend of ours of the family. She lost her brother a couple of years before Nick passing, and it turned out that her brother and our son Nick, both Nicks, worked together. And she told us about Southern Lakes Church, and that's how God works. We came to Southern Lakes Church, and I came into a class, and what did they talk about? Heaven. Deb introduced us to Mike, and Mike introduced us, and we went out to dinner, and it started introducing us to the church. And we have found, Joanne and I have talked to me and went, I think we found home here. We didn't know. We were checking the boxes. We were Christians. We went to church every Sunday, and we had communion every Sunday. But until we were very, very blessed because our son Nick was a strong, strong Christian.
You know, everyone has a story. We all go through different parts of life, seasons, journeys. He was a gift. He gave us the gift of the light of Jesus. Actually helped put him in our heart.
I can tell you the impact for me on Southern Lakes Church has been the camaraderie of the people here. I want to see things continue to grow and the church continue to expand and bring in more people to Jesus. And that I think is just so important to have your arms open. We need to bring more Christians to him. That's what he said. Go out in the world and tell the world about me. And this is what this church is supposed to do. That's what it is doing, is going out and telling the world about Jesus.
You know, I think also too here at Southern Lakes, it has such a strong base or a strong foundation. Getting to know people and getting involved and just even being giving. You know, to me, the heart calls out for growth, and there's challenges to growth. But I think together as a family or a unity, we have that foundation to keep that going at Southern Lakes.
The saying that Nick had of giving makes you smile, it does. 20% of people give 80% of the money. And so it's very difficult to come up with the reasoning, but God will take care of you as if you can give. And I know you still have to watch for your families and all that, but we've seen that with us, and I've heard it by many, many people that, where they couldn't afford to do it, but they still did it. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They were just fine. Jesus did take care of them.
I think some of the exciting things that I've heard so far with our Bold Initiative is growth. I just think it's going to give so much space for families, family gatherings, just even socially as a church, we can come together and have this sacred place of being together. God's going to put us in all these different directions, and it's all going to come together as a church family.
By this expansion is going to give us so much more opportunity to reach people.